Hello, big, big world. So, today I want to talk about saying no to things so that I can say yes to other things. So, in this holiday season, to be able to say no to, for example, like gift exchanges, so that I can say yes to financial freedom, and having the boundaries, excuse me, and having the nervous system regulation to be able to have those words come out of my mouth. So some scripts that I can run are, I'm not going to be participating in a gift exchange this year. To actually practice those words with somebody who's non-threatening, so that when you're with friends and family, to be able to say, no, thank you. And actually, so like, you can do it in the mirror, but I think to actually have, like, you can practice that, but also having a person to hear and give feedback, and you can practice them being like super upset, because they don't mean it. And that can give you some courage and some strength. Man, it's windy outside today, and that's why I'm inside. But to have them practice, worst case scenario, best case scenario, and then most likely scenario. And that can vary depending on which friend or family member you're going to have this conversation with. So boundaries, in a way, like, you can state a boundary with your mouth, but then not back it up with action. And so being in a place where you can state the boundary and then back it up with action, I think is really important for me and just for everybody to live healthy, happy lives. I think this is just my opinion, is that it's possible. It's possible. I'm not saying that it did happen, but my tumor in my brain was in the decision-making part of my brain. And so every time that I wanted to say something but didn't, it's possible that it was, contributed. I'm not saying that that's what caused it, but it couldn't have helped to override my nervous system to make somebody else more comfortable. And so actually practicing scripts and saying it out loud and practicing the words. And so my tumor was in the decision making as well as the language part of my brain. So I will rehearse things out loud, like I'm going to be giving a speech at a place and a time and like the name of the group. And so to actually practice the words, and I had to practice them several times so that when it was time for me to say it, I had already rehearsed it. And I'm not saying to rehearse everything. But especially if it's because I think that's something that is also, we don't want to rehearse everything all the time, because then that contributes to us being anxious and dress rehearsing tragedy, as Brene Brown says. So to not dress rehearse everything, to not practice everything, but to practice the tough things, the vulnerable things, the boundaries. And so I call it role playing. Let's role play where I'll be this person and you be this person, and we'll just practice and actually having the words come out of your mouth. And so often people get stuck. People are not able to say what they mean. And I always say, that's what this role play is for, is so that you can practice having these words come out of your mouth in an environment that is non-threatening. And so that you're practicing for when you're having the conversation in front of people, which was what happened last night. I'm going to be giving a speech on this day at this time to this group, or with one of your friends or family members. So I hope you have a lovely day.